Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Wondery.
Hi, everyone. Please keep in mind, aside from our filthy language, we talk about animal abuse, animal attacks, and the very vicious attack that happened in 2009 in Connecticut with Travis the chimpanzee. So if that kind of stuff bothers you, please skip this episode. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hi guys, welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we're chimp crazy.
Sure, we're chimp crazy. Or chimp scared after this episode a little bit.
Chimp traumatized?
Chimp traumatized. Do you provide therapy as part of the Little Miss Recap staff?
I absolutely could.
Good.
I absolutely could. Guys, my name's Amy Archer. I'm your host, and I'm here with two lovely people today. We got Amanda, my sidekick, and we have Michael Shiakallis. No, I said
Shiakallis.
It wrong. Close. Shiakallis. Fuck. Anyway, Michael Shiakallis. We all know you as MAFS Michael. That's how I refer to you all the time. I won't say broke down Prince. I won't say that. Because you are not broken down anymore, sir. No, you are not. No. Michael from Married at First Sight Season 17, Denver, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Notorious season now, I think.
Was that 16?
No, it was season 17.
Okay. I know it was Denver. Yeah. That part I know. I was new to MAFS, Michael. You brought me into my MAFS world.
Well, I apologize in advance for bringing you.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I told Amanda the seasons aren't usually that messy. That was real messy. But you know what? Maybe we need that. Maybe we need that going forward.
It was entertaining as hell.
I mean, I'll be interested to see how things progress moving forward. And I think a lot of people were just kind of in a state of shock, and this wasn't what they expected. So now we'll see what the next season brings and how that reframes how people view our season. Because my understanding, it's universally viewed as like you were saying, just a shit show mess, completely deviating from what MAF's expectations are.
Yeah, and I think, not to get too deep into it, we're here to discuss a very serious topic, which is chimpanzees in captivity, which is serious.
That part is serious.
But I think a lot of my problem with that season of Married at First Sight was the behind the scenes shenanigans, like everybody having these agreements to act a certain way on camera. And I just feel like that was so obvious at times and it took away from it. So maybe they're gonna maybe if we saw a little bit more of that behind the scenes, it would have been more interesting.
I have a theory that I'll throw out there just for everyone to absorb.
Hit us.
Being in it, I think the amount of the type of things that went on behind the scenes on our season is actually more commonplace than not. I think what differentiates it is how open everyone was about it.
Yeah, especially at the reunion. Everybody's like, this is what we're doing. You're right. Those plans and those packs are probably in place every season. But it's like they're saying the quiet part out loud at the reunion. Everybody's like, oh, no, we were betrayed.
Yeah. Reality not being entirely reality? I don't even understand it.
Michael, let me ask you, what other reality shows do you watch on the reg? Anything?
I do get into the Love is Blind, cycle. So I've been messing around with the UK version lately.
So
I knew
we really liked UK. It was really good.
And you go into it expecting messiness there. So I think it helps fulfill that. It's fulfilling the expectations. And I like one shots like this. Like the Chimp Crazy one captivated me because, as you mentioned, Amanda, there is a secret phobia I've had for chimps, and the main reason was showcased in this episode.
Yes, so it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Oh my God.
When we were talking about this during episode 1, I was like, immediately like, oh, is this about the chimp attack? And a few people did not know what I was talking about, but that is seared into my memory as a cautionary tale about chimpanzees in captivity.
They're not supposed to be your pet. Like, that's the problem.
Or your child. Or your child.
I have two lovely cats who live here. They're not going to eat my face. It is fine.
They would if you died. They would if you died.
Well, if I died, and then I don't care if they eat my face. But if I'm alive, I care. They're meant to be here. They're not supposed to be in captivity like this. And they're doing, like, we'll do all the Travis piece, but like, he did what he was supposed to do. We were the unnatural ones, not us, but like humans were. This is tickling my Jurassic Park vibe.
Nature finds a way. It just does. In the mortal words of Jeff Goldblum, nature will find a way.
That's right.
Was it him or was it the other guy who said it? I can't remember.
Sam Neill.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of those people.
I don't know either. Okay, so let's start, I guess, with Tanya in the massage chair.
Guys, this woman needs to divorce herself from a tanning bed real quick.
She goes 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
And I mean, I'm sure she seems someone who's naturally inclined to be outside a ton anyways.
Correct.
So you have that. You have
right.
You have the lip maintenance.
I had no idea what was happening there because I've never done a lip thing in my life. I was like, is that chapstick gone wrong? Is that frosting? Look like frosting? I was like, yum. What's going on? That's like me after I eat a cupcake and I'm drunk. It's just all over me.
Yeah, her choices in self-care are very interesting.
Oh yeah, agree.
Yeah, these are all choices that she is doing.
I do have this question for you guys, because when I compare this to, like, let's say Tiger King, for example, for me in particular, one thing that kind of, I mean, I enjoyed it, but kind of disconnected me from it a little bit is I felt like, you know, the Tiger King was so much of a character that it was hard for me to like humanize him in certain ways. With Tanya, there's a lot of these elements that make her, you know, provocative and unique, but I still feel like she's, like, I don't view her as just a straight character like I did Tiger King. Do you guys feel differently there?
There is some depth to her. And I do agree with that. But I felt, and we can get more into this later, that they really are are they poking fun at PETA? Or are they poking fun at her? Or is it both?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the difference is when we met Joe Exotic, Tiger King, like, he already was a legend in his own mind. He already was this huge caricature that if you like lived in Oklahoma, you probably heard of him. He ran for governor, or Texas, wherever the hell they were, ran for governor, all that stuff. That's not this. So, and plus I think Amy and I talked about this. I don't remember if it was off mic or on mic, but because it dropped right at the beginning of the pandemic, it was just this national moment of like, we all have nothing else to do all day but watch Tiger King because we're all stuck at home. This isn't going to be that because we're past that point.
That's fair.
And she's just not quite as compelling as he is. Good or bad? Good or bad? She's just,
I don't know. My eyes are glued to this shit.
Oh, I'm glued to her for sure. But Joe, I mean, Joe.
Could we hook them up? Could we hook them up?
No, he's gay.
Oh shit! I forgot he was gay.
Just put that aside.
I mean, other than that, I think they'd be a perfect
Could we
match.
hook them up as a buddy comedy?
Yes,
they'd be romantic.
I just don't think she comes with the parts he's interested in.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So we hear that it's all over the news now that Tonka is missing. We don't know where he is. She's getting lip injections. So we see that. I don't need to see that, but it's happening. And everyone can agree I need them, but I will never get them. So it's not happening.
Well, she doesn't need them at this point because her lips already look like they're about to pop.
Yeah, she keeps calling this, "Where's Waldo?" It's this "Where's Waldo" thing. Like, I don't know what she's talking about, but
I don't think she understands the cartoon is what's happening.
No. So he says, "Where am I going to hide fucking a 200-pound ape? Like, where am I going to hide Chimp? Ape, Chimp. Where am I going to hide Tonka?" And she goes, "I live in a trailer." And it is a good question. Where is she going to hide him? Because they talk about like how he needs an enclosure. So and it's not in the trailer. Okay. So Brittany Pete is PETA's general counsel, and she says Tonka's condition and whereabouts are unknown. He's in his 30s and he weighs a few hundred pounds. Okay. Tanya tells the news that Tonka died, and she says he was very ill before all this went down, and it was really terrible. And she says, we believe Tonka had a massive stroke, and we know that he had an enlarged heart, and we had a certified vet send PETA the x-rays, the analysis, and everything that he was in congestive heart failure.
Are there
so at first vets? I don't know. I can be an uncertified vet.
Sure.
But at first I was like, maybe I believe her. Were you guys like believing her?
I did till we got to the cremains. And then I was like, oh, this is bullshit, because we all think cremains look a way that they absolutely do not.
I mean, I was pretty skeptical. I will say, and I know this is a little bit later on, I started to believe her when she started breaking down and kind of explaining, like,
me too.
You know, what Tonka meant to her, and like how traumatizing it was. And she kind of walks through what that supposed night was, right? Because in my head, I was like, those seem like real tears to me.
The emotion felt real.
It did. And that's when I was starting to potentially buy into it.
Michael, this is 100% why I would be sucked into a cult, because if you act that way in front of me, like, I'm just going to believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, oh my God, that's so sad. You know, like in Sister Wives, I would believe that Robin Brown was upset about everything. And I would be like, she's so sweet for like year 1 or 2.
Okay.
I don't necessarily view her as like someone that chronically does something like this in terms of lying and being able to put forth a fake emotion. I would wonder, like, is she tapping into, you know, the emotions that she has just due to the overall scenario, and that's how she's able to conjure these tears?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, she's so upset over what's happening. And that, like, she can't seem to escape this scrutiny, and she can't seem to be left alone. And so she moves to the Ozark, which now we have the Ozarks involved. This is getting interesting. And the proxy director
going to pop out at any moment.
Oh my God,
so,
I would love that so much. I'm into it.
I'm in here for Marty.
The proxy director is there, and he's communicating with Tanya, and he says he is the bridge between these two worlds. And she has a place on the lake. She has 22 acres on a lake in the Ozark. And the house needs to be inundated.
Not the right word, girl. No, not the right word.
She says, we're inundating as we speak. Now, what I described to you two, that my children brought over like 18 friends before I started recording, that was inundating. Yes. What she's talking about is not.
Yeah.
And she has camels, she has kangaroos, and, you know, she's kind of up to her old tricks, though, because she wants to buy 4 ponies, white ones, and paint their tails pink like unicorns and put hearts on their butts. Okay. Michael, I know that you are an animal lover. We saw your animals. We hope everyone is still with us.
They are.
Okay, good. How did this make you feel?
I'd also like to point out, I'm wearing overalls because I feel like I am the resident animal sanctuary expert.
Oh, good. You kind of are. So. You kind of are. You visited one.
You almost marry someone who wants one. Like,
so, I mean, I feel very qualified to speak on this. Yeah. You know, it's amazing, right? Because I try to imagine, okay, like, what's going on in her mindset. I'm sure for her, it's like, well, this is harmless. Like, yeah, I'm dressing up these ponies, but I'm not hurting them. I'm making them look cute. And I could imagine, like, the idea of exploiting these animals and everything beyond that, right? Like, we are taking them out of, you know, their natural environment. You're putting them in enclosures. You're dictating this life that, like, no pony should ever really be a part of, or any of those animals, for a matter of fact. So I kind of bounce back and forth because there's a bit of like frustration there, and it's hard to imagine, like, why would you want to do this at such a mass scale, right? Like, I want to have all these ponies, camels. I want all these exotic animals that just don't even have any real relative history of domestication.
Right.
And like, I don't see anything wrong with that.
And let's not forget, this woman has children.
Yeah, who she will remind us, like, I care for the animals way more
than my children. Like, what
children
do to her?
It's so weird.
What I find really interesting about her is, she's building this sanctuary. Clearly she loves animals. I mean, I don't think how she acts is good, but she clearly loves animals. And I think the problem is she's thinking about pleasing herself and her love of animals more than she's worried about the care of these animals.
Yes. Yeah.
She's doing this to make herself feel better because someone hurt this woman at some point in her life. Real bad. Real bad. I want to go into that backstory and find out how we got here. But I think she thinks she's doing something good for them when in reality, she's just trying to make herself feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I would be
Michael,
curious
I was going to ask you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm going to be curious what her reference point is. Like I imagine she's comparing herself to like other people that have exotic animals as opposed to like these living conditions versus more natural ones.
Oh, I mean, that's a good point. Maybe she's
McDonald's and Tiger King gave them expired Walmart meat. So
I was going to say, maybe she's like, I'm doing better than Joe Exotic.
Yeah. They get Happy Meals.
Is this the Joe Exotic effect? Like now I can just be awful to animals because I'm not that bad.
Right.
Oh, I hope not. Let's not do that. Michael, what would Chloe think of this?
Oh, I think.
Would you advise her not to watch?
Yeah, I think she would. I think she would cry.
Yeah.
Watching it.
Yeah.
I think real quickly too. Just even like I remember early on, you kind of see the scenes of just how the chimpanzees navigate in their enclosure, and when they start kind of, especially like when they're rocking back and forth, and they look to have those kind of ticks, let's call them. I think that would devastate her for sure.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like I'm an animal lover, but I'm not to the level that Chloe was, and it bothered me. Like there were times it almost brought me to tears. I was like,
they're not happy. They're not happy.
Mm-mm. So, all right. So she has a pair of gibbons, which are endangered, but she says, but I'm out of the game. I'm not dealing in exotic animals anymore.
Sure, Jan.
Then in the next sentence, the faux producer is like, where are you getting all the money for this? And she's like, well, I broker exotic animals.
Excuse me.
Was I the only one surprised that in that part of the country, it's that lucrative?
No. It is kind of surprising because you think about that as an economically, depressed area of the country. However, I think sometimes a lot of people will choose spending money on that over prioritizing things like you and I might, like nice housing, good food, vacations.
Well,
travel.
And I think too,
plus you can hide there very easily.
That's what I was going to say. I think in the states where the legislation is most lax is where you're going to see stuff like this. I was shocked it wasn't Florida. I'm going to be real honest.
Oh, yeah.
I thought for sure it was going to be Florida. Yeah. But, and no shade to Florida. Just, oftentimes when we see these things, Florida has a slight bit of a reputation for welcoming all sorts of people. Lovely people.
We can shade Florida a little bit, right? Just a little.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So she tells us how much money she makes. She made $350,000 last year selling these monkeys. She says celebrities do this. She's telling us that one of the linebackers from, I forget the team. She said the Cleveland Browns.
Maybe
somebody. I think she said the Browns. Yeah.
She would trade anything though, Amanda, to be back in that place before PETA took her kids.
Yeah. I don't blame her. Yeah. Damn PETA.
So she started to get away from her feelings. She's just so crushed, and she still goes to visit Connie, and they just kind of stare at each other. That's it. They stare at each other. Sounds like a fun visit.
Let's get together and just stare at each other.
Now, let me ask you guys to interpret this phrase. She says she loves Tonka so much. He greets you with such warm eyes. And she says he did movies his whole life. He was what I call a human-Z, half human, half chimpanzee. And she goes, quote, we put the human side in him.
I think that's called projection, crazy lady.
Or is that called, never mind.
No, I knew what you were going to say.
I knew you were going to get to.
I felt it.
Yeah. It's called projection, honey. That's what that is.
You felt it coming.
It was now you're just baiting me, Amy. You're just baiting me at this point.
Going straight to hell, girl. I like it. Okay.
Wait, Amy, I know you have children. Amanda, do you have any children?
I have a stepson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ask because even though I don't have children, it's still a bit. And look, like we've established, I love animals. I think all of us here
We're all animal people.
It is still jarring for me to hear someone speak of animals as children. Like there's something jarring about that for me. Like I think you could still love animals while understanding that there's a healthy distinction between having a pet and having a child. Correct. And when that gets blurred or when that gets reversed,
rolled over.
It doesn't sit well with me. I have to be honest. It feels weird.
Yeah. I mean, in our house, we my husband and I will refer to each other as mommy and daddy to the cats. Go see
that's
mommy.
That's
fine. We're well aware that they are animals and they are our pets.
Right.
They're not our children.
Yeah. You're not letting them drive your car, as we see later.
No. First of all, they're too short.
There's not a car insurance policy for chimpanzees for a reason. Sometimes, though, I do wish I could treat my teenagers as animals and send them off in their natural environment. Get out of here.
Go figure it out.
So, all right. So Alan Cummings comes on and he is watching some of his movie Buddy. And he says he really loved that experience, but that was 30 years ago. And the director, Eric Good, is there. And he says, monkeys can never happen again in movies. Real monkeys can never happen again. And Cummings agrees. And he says, oh, look, I even have some Tonka art in my house, which Tonka's a better artist than me. If you listen to our Platteville recap earlier.
Same. I actually got really sad listening to Alan Cummings talk about his love for this animal and his experience with it. And the fact that this will never happen again. And that's a good thing. Like, we're not going to have animals in movies like this anymore. And that's a good thing.
And Alan Cummings is a good example of what you said, Michael, which is like, he loves the animal, but he knows he knows what's best for the animal and what to do. He can make that distinction. So Alan Cummings says, it's such a bond that you can't describe, but ultimately it is a wild animal. Meanwhile, cut to Tanya with kangaroos hopping around her kitchen.
As you do.
And she says, I don't know why PETA thinks I would hide Tonka. And now we see Jared Goodman. I think PETA makes fun of Jared Goodman, right? Or not PETA, the director makes fun of Jared Goodman, right?
A little bit.
There's a little bit of poking there.
Yeah. A little bit. Like you see him like bumbling phone calls. You see him kind of like freezing on the Zoom. And it's kind of like this womp womp around him, which is.
It's an interesting choice because I think he's doing good work.
Choice. Me too.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting case of like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting too into the weeds here, but like, is Eric Good not picking a side here? And like, there's a clear side to pick, Eric Good. What are you doing?
I think he's allowed to have a perspective. I think that's okay and it's appropriate.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that he ultimately will pick a side, but there's still potentially absurdity on both. Right, because I mean, even when it does a quick montage of when they introduce PETA to the audience, and it kind of flashes like some of the, dare I say, extraordinary methods they use.
Yeah, for
sure. So I think I'd like to think it's just highlighting the absurdity that could be on both sides, though it's not equal absurdity. Let's be clear.
No.
Yeah,
it's not equal absurdity.
It's not a both sides kind of thing.
No, it's not a both sides kind of thing. No.
So Jared Goodman comes back on and he says they do not believe Tonka is in Tanya's house. And then he starts telling us the dangers. Now, I'm going to tell everybody right now. Skip ahead. I'll put this in the time code of when we're talking about this because this is
awful.
Real intense. So now we get to Travis. We meet Sandy Harold. So Sandy Harold adopted Travis as a baby. First, we hear the 911 call, which was
yeah.
And this happened in Stamford, Connecticut. So Sandy's stepdaughter Carrie comes on, and she says she wants people to know the truth about what happened. Sandy was great. I'm assuming Sandy's dead. I didn't look.
Yeah,
this
she
up,
is dead.
She's not okay.
She died. She had like a stroke or a heart attack, not long after this happened. But she's not dead and related to this situation at all. Right.
Yeah. So Sandy paid Connie $40,000 for Travis as a baby chimp. And we see him being bathed in the tub. We see him riding a bike. And Sandy and her husband, Jerry, called themselves mom and dad. Uh-oh, Amanda, you're heading down the territory. You're going to be bathing Toby and Leo soon.
And don't forget, it shows Trav. I think it shows Trav use the toilet, right?
Yes, he does.
Oh, he was potty
yes,
trained.
he does. Yes, he does. Yeah. Did I miss it when Tanya starts talking about when Tonka would jerk off and he would do it discreetly under a blanket?
He was very...
Yeah,
he was very prim and proper with his masturbation.
Wasn't the context that like she
would come into the room,
compelled him?
Yes.
She thought
she was the inspiration for it.
He was reacting to her in some way, but also this is his mom, so it's getting real weird on a multitude of levels here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, he cooked, and I wrote, okay, he fucking drove. This is too much. I have children on the road in their cars. Please do not let your chimpanzees drive around, guys. Jesus. So Sandy and Jerry had a towing business called Desire Me Motors. And the cops were always in there hanging out. Why? Why were the cops always in there?
Cops and tow truck people, like, they have relationships with each other. Because quite often you break down, the cop comes there. They just become friends.
Or they're having people towed.
Or they're having people towed because they're, maybe this was the tow company that like the local police station utilized for their needs.
But
it's not the weirdest thing.
But it kind of became like a hangout where everybody loved visiting with Travis. And we see video of it, and it's cute. He's like all over them, and they're like, "Oh, Travis," and he's swinging around the room, and everything's fine. And they went everywhere with them. Travis even met Sheryl Crow and Maury Povich.
Big time.
Thank God Travis did not attack Sheryl Crow.
Thank God Connie Chung wasn't there when he met Maury Povich. Could have gone haywire. Well, remember, Maury Povich is married to Connie Chung.
Right.
And then she was like a reporter. It could have been bad. I don't know. I'm just worried about Connie Chung. Anybody care about Connie Chung?
It's just good. No one just happened to have an Elmo doll.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa. Jesus Christ. So when Travis was 6 or 7, he started to get a little more than they could handle. And we see him on the news, and apparently he leapt from their car in an intersection, and he was running around spanking people.
It's hard.
I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to be serious about this. It was kind of humorous because he was like an oversized toddler. So this is something Carrie said that I thought was really interesting. She said, while he physically got very large, he didn't obviously emotionally grow or mature because he's a fucking chimpanzee. Right. And so like he still acted like that toddler, but he was harder to control.
Sure. So
this prompts them in Connecticut to create the Travis Amendment, which is you need a permit for a primate over 50 pounds, which Carrie's like they never enforced it. But also, how would that have helped this situation? Like, okay,
so we had a
Sandy
permit.
just would have had a permit.
And then he still would have eaten someone's face.
It's like the scene in Tommy Boy where he says, I'll slap guarantee on a box full of shit. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Kind of like that.
It's very similar.
So they start confining him to the house because the mayor calls and he's like, Sandy, this can't happen anymore, girl. Keep that chimpanzee in the house. So he's confined to the house. So we're getting kind of like the idea of what's in. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. What is happening to Travis mentally before this all happens, emotionally. Yeah. So a year after this, so now he's confined in the house. Remember, he's used to going everywhere. A year later, Jerry is sick and is rushed to the hospital and never returns. So he lost his dad. Travis is despondent, heartbroken. And if you notice, Sandy starts hoarding.
It gets real bad over there.
Yeah. Travis just starts rocking back and forth. And one day, Carrie brings her son to play with Travis, and he's a big guy. And Travis starts like hitting him, and you could see it. And it's kind of like a scary moment. They have it on videotape. But Sandy and Carrie are kind of laughing it off in the moment because Sandy was able to quickly like get him under control. I don't know. It just, things were
to me, that would be the sign of like, oh, we might have a real problem here.
Yeah, I think it was right at the point he like grabs her son's like hand or arm and like yanks him down, and you can just see him like immediately get pulled. Like, and it looked pretty low effort.
Yeah, he's a real strong guy. Right? Like,
and
then, and that's when they kind of rush and kind of like, oh, okay. Because at first I felt like they were trying to play it off like, oh, look at how cute he's like hitting him. But the moment that yank happened, I think it was their moment of clarity. Let's say like, oh, maybe this isn't so cute.
I agree. So on February 16, 2009, Sandy had plans with friends, but called and said, I'm going to be late. Travis is really acting up. He took my car keys. Yeah, because you let him drive. And he thinks he can go take the car for a ride.
Now he's a teenager who just takes the car.
Yeah. And Charla was Travis's babysitter. She knew him his whole life. She was going to come over and she was going to help Sandy get Travis in the house. So I don't know how he got out of the house, but he did. And he's out there and she's going to try to help him. The 911 call is fucking wild. Charla heads over there. She's got an Elmo doll because she thought he likes Elmo and he'll really like to see this. But you hear the whole call and she's screaming, you know, he's eating my friend. He's killing my friend. He's eating her face. Like it's so bad.
It's awful.
Frank, the cop that we met earlier, who was part of the group that used to go to the tow truck company, he responds. And he says, I pull up and Sandy is trying to stab Travis with a small knife. God. Now, I have a question for you. I am not a gun person. You know this about me. However, I think I would have a gun in the house if I had a wild animal in the house.
I would at least have some sort of taser, tranquilizer gun, something that should I need to subdue this animal, I could.
Yeah.
It's just not safe otherwise.
Yeah. Like even our Getting Off Grid guy that we watch, he's in the Alaskan wilderness. He's always got a gun on his hip in case a grizzly comes up on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, this would be me walking around my house just like with the hammer back and everything, like just ready. I'd be so scared all the time.
I'd be terrified.
Army crawling and everything.
I just have a sniper rifle at the top of the stairs. Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. Amanda.
Amy.
For our sponsor, Lumi Gummies today, I have an idea. I think we should do a rapid fire bonus round. Which 90-day celebrity stars need a Lumi Gummy or have taken a Lumi Gummy maybe?
Okay. Madeline.
Oh, I have her on my list too. Manon. Manon could really use indica.
Yeah, to calm her the fuck down.
Calm down a little bit.
I think Jenny could use a sativa to maybe up the energy a little bit because there's none there.
Funny you mentioned Jenny. I have Sumit's aunt can use one to
definitely
chill out a little bit.
She definitely could use one. This is a wild card. Florian could use one. I don't know what I don't know what variety.
Yeah,
but
maybe
I feel
he needs a hybrid.
I feel like Florian on a gummy would be good.
Yeah. I also have Dylan's mom from Dylan and PETA.
Yeah.
And I have Luke's dad of Luke and Madeline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can use Lumi Gummies as well.
Yes.
Yes.
All the time.
Consistent, mellow, and super delicious, Lumi Gummies are specifically designed to make you feel good, not stoned. Whether you're looking for an end-of-the-day de-stressor, a midday mood boost, or help getting the best sleep ever, Lumi Gummies has a strain that's right for you. So, Amanda, our flavor that we like a lot in this home is the sour strawberry cookie hybrid.
Ooh, is it particularly sour?
It's not super sour because I don't like sour things.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I just find that it's the perfect blend of up and down. It's right in the middle.
Nice.
But you feel good. I really like it.
I'm a hybrid girly myself, and I'm going to go with the watermelon sorbet because I do enjoy watermelon, and it's just a nice, cool, chill evening of watching TV.
You know what I need to do? I need to take one before Sister Wives comes out. Before I meet my arch nemesis in the ring.
Yes. I think it would help you a great deal. I think it would help Cody Brown a great deal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, Lumi Gummies are available nationwide. Go to lumigummies.com. That's LUMI gummies.com. Use code Little Miss Recap for 30% off your order. That is Lumi Gummies, LUMI gummies.com. Code Little Miss Recap. Lumis.com. Code Little Miss Recap. It's 30%. And the link is in the show notes if you guys need it. So Frank says, look, I'm not. Oh, so Travis now sees him and he comes over to him and he starts shaking the car like Jurassic Park. Did you get that reference, Amanda?
I did. I sure did, girl. I got you.
And he says, look, I'm not afraid to admit, like, I took my gun out. Travis pulls the cop car door off and like holds it up in the air and is like, ah, like Planet of the Apes style.
Right.
And Frank says, in that minute, now I want your opinions on this when I'm done doing it. In that minute, I mentally connected with Travis and he said, please do it. Please do it, man. Do it, brother. And I shot him like 10 times. That's intense.
That is really intense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was the right thing to do. What else?
It was absolutely the right thing to do. And I wonder if there was some kind of, what would you call that? Like a vibe?
Connection?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, did this animal know he'd gone off the rails? But he really hadn't gone off the rails. He was just being a chimp.
He was doing what chimps do.
Right.
My theory would be this. Because, like, let's say, for example, you're dealing with, like, a feral dog that's going crazy, right? I think I'm really going to try to theorize here. I think, like, the facial structure of a dog, like, you don't connect with that, right?
Right.
It's just, it's going to look crazy. It's baring its teeth. I'd imagine, like, with the facial structure of, like, a chimpanzee, you can see a level of human resemblance.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
So I could envision being in that same scenario and interpreting it that way, where it could just be acting like that's how monkeys look when they're at a certain level, but being able to make those connections of, like, imagining like what a person would be like if they were in a crazy moment and kind of seeing that, I could see how that could foster, at least on his side, feeling like he's making some sort of emotional connection to the chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. And it just goes to show, like, how much this cop loved this chimp, because he was like,
he was heartbroken.
He's trying to really justify having done this. Like, you could tell he's struggling with it and he's heartbroken over it.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people could identify anyone who's had, let's say, like, an animal that's gone through, like, old age, and when they start to deteriorate, especially mentally, and you kind of see them shift, and how heartbreaking that could be. Like, I'd imagine, like you had mentioned, that Travis was like a staple in that community, and they've all experienced what he was like when he wasn't like that. And now to kind of see that decay, I'm sure that was real challenging. But I know for me, it was just ignorance. But I never, for whatever reason, I never knew, like, chimpanzees were that strong. So when I first heard about this particular story, even, before this documentary, I remember what really shocked me was, like, wow, they have the capability of, like, ripping your face off and ripping car doors off. Like, that was kind of new to me as well. I mean, I know
they're
it didn't
all muscle. Like, they are all muscle.
I know it didn't show it in this show, but I'm going to ask, have you guys Googled what the aftermath looked like?
Well,
because they show it with, like, a veil, right?
Yeah. No. Did you?
Is it bad?
I mean, I had to before. When I heard about it, I was like, I need to know, and I'm gonna hate myself for finding out. But yeah, no, I saw. It is. I mean, I won't describe it, but if I were to, it wouldn't sound as bad.
Okay.
But it's pretty. Mainly because there's also video footage. Because I think she was interviewed. I want to say that she was, like, on Oprah or something, like a major.
You know what? I feel like I saw that.
And so you can see her speak, and it's weird because, like, I mean, she doesn't have, like, it's not. I mean, there's some sort of mouth, but it's
she lost
not.
Her face. Yeah. She gives that interview when she has the veil over, and she says, like, my brains are out.
Yeah,
my brains are out.
God.
So they don't. Here's the crazy thing: they don't press charges.
That is crazy.
That is
because
crazy to me.
No one made Sandy aware in any way of the dangers of having a chimpanzee. What?
Oh, come on!
What?
Come on!
No, but I was stunned by this.
Yeah, it's
like how
that she was never held accountable for it is really a problem.
So if I have an alligator in my house and it attacks someone and eats them, can I be like, no one told me I shouldn't have an alligator in my house and that it could eat somebody.
But the thing is, I know like if a dog bites somebody, the owner can be held responsible for it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's like the reason that like people have a hard time with pit bulls, which is ridiculous because pit bulls are lovely dogs.
Yes.
We have this preconceived notion of what they'll do.
Yeah.
Like I'm a renter right now. Our landlord would be like, you can have a dog, but you cannot have a pit bull.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I take it as like she had no emotional desire to press charges, so they had to find what is a true legal way that we can justify, not moving forward with any type of criminal charges and so forth. That would be my guess. And so it has to be this like negligence.
She did sue them. She did sue them.
There was a civil
case. Oh, she did?
There was a civil case, yeah.
She sued them and she only got, I think, $4 million. I think it was $4 million. Not enough.
Not enough, but also like, do these people even have money? Like
they settled it against her estate. It was after she
died,
she sued her, and then after she died, she settled it against her estate, which I don't know where the money was come from. But if they owned a towing business, like that,
they could have money.
That's profitable.
Yeah, if they were successful, they could have a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. So now we're back to Tanya and help me, Tonka.
Jared. Oh, Tonka.
So, and Jared. Jared says this has been on PETA's radar for years. Back in 1973, Nixon passed the Endangered Species Act. Wild chimps were protected, but those in captivity were not. And they were allowed to be their continued use for labs, zoos, and movies. Breeders like Connie Casey flourished during this time. Connie Casey is worth millions of dollars, guys. Millions.
Oh, interesting. Not shocking. I mean, she had a whole zoo there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So PETA has worked to expand their protection since, and in 2015, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service declared all chimpanzees were protected. But due to lack of resources, like we always see, they don't really prosecute people, and they can't really chase it down every lead. That's where PETA, Jared tells us, comes in and fills the gap. Sorry, I just hit my cup. And this is where, I feel like, okay, we're showcasing how serious PETA is and how necessary they are. And this is a good thing that we're talking about them in this way. Tanya's at home protesting the animal crackers on a box because PETA made them take the cage off. Now, is this true? I don't know if this is true.
I don't know, but I freaking love animal crackers. Particularly that brand, the Barnum and Bailey ones in the little cardboard box. Yeah, I really love those.
Would we be in alignment that if it is true, I don't know, you can kind of put your resources elsewhere?
Yeah, like is this the fight you want to have?
Yeah. Yes. How about putting those resources towards getting animals out of real cages?
Yeah.
Real animals and real cages.
Right. Yeah.
So now we learned that PETA demanded proof of Tonka's cremation, and they get a letter from a Jerry Aswagan. And he says he burned Tonka in a burn pit at 165 to 170 degrees. And there were only ashes left, no bones. So Jared's like, okay, a couple things. First of all, Jerry Aswagan is her husband. And we were never told this. Second of all, you can't even turn your oven to 160 because it doesn't go that low.
You can't even warm something up at 160.
No.
It's not even warm.
Yeah. No. And he's like, and it burned the bones? I don't think so. So Tanya says, oh, we left a zero off. It was supposed to be 1600 to 1700. Okay. She says she has the ashes, and Goodman says she hates me. She just hates me. And she's like, I do hate him. He's a dick. He's Pee Wee Herman. If I see him, I will murder him. I'll run him over with my car. I watch his Facebook page to see if his wife dumped him yet. I'm going to slap him. I'm here for this.
This is the part that I'm like, this is hilarious. Yes. This woman is a wackadoo. I like the fact that she's just who amongst us at some point has not gone back to look at somebody who has wronged them in the past Facebook to see are good things happening to you? Are they not?
Right.
I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just a nosy bitch. So I want to know.
I'm just nosy. Sure. I'm not going to tip the scales either way.
No,
I just want to know what's happening over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now Jared calls her on camera. And he's like, what is the evidence she's on camera. He's not on camera with her, but she's on camera being interviewed, and he calls. And he goes, what is the evidence you're offering up now, Tanya? And she goes, I'm sick of this Where's Waldo shit. I love those kids. And she starts going off on him and she does this big passionate speech and all he does is go, and like it's so weird. That's what I'm saying. Like they're making him like this bumbling, like I don't like, you know how 90 Day does that, like whenever they show,
like the
you know what
music
I mean?
going.
Yeah, it's weird. So now Connie calls, she's checking in and they have a conversation. Then we see Tanya going back to the tanning booth. She tells us she goes 2 to 3 times a week. Girl. And she says, I keep asking PETA, what do you need to prove that he's dead? Now, so now Tanya says, I want them to prove a negative. I want them to prove he's not dead. Okay.
It's sort of fair. I mean, you keep going after me saying this thing's dead. Prove to me it's not. Yeah.
So help comes in an unlikely source, a psychic.
You know what this story needed? It needed a psychic. I'm glad we're
really
here.
did.
It really did.
That's the cherry on top.
It is.
The psychic is like, I have at first I thought the psychic was going to be like, when I think of a psychic, I think of, do you remember Sylvia Brown? She was always on Montel. She was always on Oprah. I want to say she was on Montel the most, though.
I think she was on Montel the most. She
My
might have been a Sally Jesse Raphael kind of gal.
My gram was obsessed with her. Obsessed with her. Yes.
Was she better or worse than Bozak?
She was probably about the same.
Oh, okay.
According to Graham. Because Graham, she wasn't discerning. She just believed whatever she said. She never fact checked her.
Michael Bozak was Amy's grandmother's psychic.
Got it.
And he was great until he had an exorcism, and then he was no good.
Because I was trying to like, should I know who Bozak is?
No one should know who Bozak is.
Bozak was a psychic my gram went to regularly, and when he became possessed, she used to tell stories. We were little kids.
Yeah.
And she would tell stories about like how she couldn't have batteries around him or anything metal around him, and he always wore dark glasses. And then she said they did an exorcism and he just wasn't any good anymore. She stopped going.
That's one of my favorite Amy stories.
As a general rule of thumb, if anyone in my social or professional circle requires special instructions like that,
that's a little much.
I know. That might be an indicator that we just might not work out at any kind of level.
Yes. Special instructions.
But Sylvia Brown was always on, for some reason, Montel is jumping out at me. I don't know why. But she was always on these shows, and like they would always bring her in when there was a missing child. So like I can't tell you how many times she solved John Bonet, right? Or she solved this one, or she solved that. And she was always wrong. Always wrong. So like I thought we were going down that path here.
No.
Like I thought we were going to be like, oh, this psychic is going to tell them where Tonka is. But no. The friend says, Tonka says, I have a friend who's friends with Tanya. And they were having a text conversation. And Tanya said, I have to go get groceries for Tonka. Dun, 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 dun. So now they drag her into court. And this is amazing. The last scene. They drag her into court. The court proceeding keeps freezing. And this is where I wrote, they're making Jared out to be a real clown. They show her the text and like, okay, Jared Goodman, hear me, okay? Like Shubnam would say, put a legal aid on this. Find out if she could possibly have another chimp named Tonka. Like, this is so easy for her to lie and get out of. This is your evidence?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't say, I'm going to get groceries for the chimp Tonka that I told PETA is dead but isn't and is at Connie's house. Or whatever. Like,
that was in the movie with Alan Cumming. That specific Tonka.
Right. Or like, ha, 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 Jared Goodman can go fuck himself. I'm with Tonka right now. The chimp I told him was dead.
Right.
Nothing like that. It just said Tonka. She could have named her kid Tonka. We don't know.
She could have had a truck named Tonka. Sorry, couldn't resist.
So she says, oh, well, I got a new capuchin in July and I named him Tonka. And Jared's like, I was not expecting that.
It was his reaction that made that real bad. Like he didn't even contemplate.
Right.
That, like you were just laying out.
No, and even I with a poetry degree was kind of like, do they have enough evidence to pull her back into court for this?
Not on that text message. They don't.
So now he's like, so you found Tonka dead, right? Tell me you found Tonka dead. She starts sobbing. And she's like, she gives a very detailed account about finding him dead. Like real. And this is where, Michael, like you said, like, I'm believing this now.
I was too. I was real skeptical at the cremains because that's always the thing. But then at this point, I was like, God, she's really upset about this.
And this is what they tell you when you lie. Don't use a lot of details because that's how you could get tripped up. But she's given all the details.
I would like her to tell this story again to see if the details still match.
True.
And yeah, at this point, my thought was that I was starting to conclude maybe she did hide him for a bit and he did actually die. You know, that's what I was starting to think.
Good point.
That's a good thought. Yeah.
That by this point he did die, but there may have been a period where she was like keeping him hidden. That was what that was the conclusion I was starting to formulate at this point.
Okay. But you believed he was dead. I believed he was dead at this point.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
seeing her reaction, I thought, he's. Yeah.
So now, Amanda, you and I are going to reenact this next part. Okay.
Oh, God. Okay.
You're just going to be the judge and you're going to say, we clearly need to have a break here.
Okay. Yes. Folks, I think now it's time for us to have a break. We need to have a break. Ma'am, can you get yourself together? It's time for a break.
Yes. Okay. That motherfucker, I can't fucking take him anymore. It was like, whoa. And then the judge is like, ma'am, your microphone is still on. Thank you. That was hilarious. I was here for that.
That's my greatest fear. Particularly if I'm pissed off about a client, my greatest fear is to the hot mic situation. Be like,
the hot mic situation.
The hot mic situation. Not good.
We always have to be aware of a hot mic. So they do the 10-minute recess. She calms down, like I said. And Rick Snow now comes in. And he is a forensic anthropologist. He said, I read the affidavit and there are a lot of red flags here. He's like, this is total bullshit, this cremation. He says so we see him recreate the experiment with pig meat and pig bones. And they do this in a commercial pet crematorium. And there are bone fragments. And the guy says, until you put these ashes through the processor, you don't get the powder that we see. So the judge says, so now the judge says, there's no doubt that Miss Haddix makes shit up. I mean, this woman is insane. But that doesn't convince me that she's hidden Tonka. So basically, like, there's not enough evidence to go one way or another, right? What they need to do is DNA test the ashes.
Yeah.
They can do that, right?
But based on what DNA? Do they have DNA of Tonka?
I think
well, they could at least tell it was a chimpanzee.
I was going to say, I think they can at least tell it's a chimpanzee because that looked like sand that she bought that she was trying to pass off as him. So what if they were like, it's human?
Oh, God.
Then we have a whole different, we got a spin-off at that point.
Season 2.
Season 2 of Chimp Crazy.
So so the judge basically says, I cannot say if this chimpanzee is dead or alive. Just please, everybody get out of my fucking courtroom. Like, please make this go away. She said, I'm not declaring him dead or alive. So Tanya's not held in contempt. Tanya is on a high. She is thrilled. She says, I won. And then we see her walk downstairs and there's Tonka.
Oh, God. Amazing. This woman
what
is
a brilliant
lunatic.
piece of filmmaking. So was he in her basement? It looked like that.
I think
it looked like she went down to the basement, right?
Yeah.
So very much like Joe on You.
Yes.
There is a cage in the basement with
I was going to go Silence of the Lambs.
Put
the lotion on the skin before it gets the hose again. Yeah. That's where I was going. But yeah, it's not good.
If you guys had to guess, because I have to believe, I mean, she's aware that she's being filmed. And so there's a possibility at some point that this will be shown. Do you think that moment was more informed by her trust with the proxy director and crew, who by this point she's been filming with for X amount of time? B, maybe thinking, well, now that I've legally overcome this, they can't come back for me and relitigate something that they've already, made a statement on. Or C, just a lapse of judgment in a moment of excitement.
See?
Yes. I'm going to go with D. She has such a high level of hubris about this. She doesn't think she can get caught. she thinks she's doing the right thing by this animal.
But I think we can't underestimate A as well, though. I do think, because that proxy director said, like, I'm in this world and I know these people. So like there is a level of comfort, I think.
Well, Michael, you can speak to this. Like, you had producers throughout your time on Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
What kind of relationship do you create with these people after working with them for so long?
Oh, I mean, he's
got somebody producing him right now.
I know. You just can't see it right now. No, they build a strong relationship with you, because you have to imagine, when you're exploring things, like you're exploring the humanity in the day-to-day for someone, right? So you immerse yourself in their life and you build like a real relationship with them. And I could really imagine that she felt a kinship and a trust, because it's the same thing with us, to your point. Like, you develop a kinship and a trust and you want to confide in them. And I would go so far as to say, like, in the beginning, I don't know if this necessarily applies to her, but like with us, the way things are positioned and knowing that you're going to be on like a TV show and stuff, like, you kind of want to, like, I don't know if please them is the right word, but you definitely, you have this desire to, like, I want to do what you're saying, or I want us to have like a positive experience and relationship.
Yeah, you want to do well, whatever that means. Yeah. That's interesting.
So I could imagine that, like, because I have to believe the proxy director, with everything he was immersed in, I'm sure he was like, I'm sure he was like,
this is what we're just saying, proxy director. You know, it's a thing.
I'm sure he was like, look, this woman has this chimp somewhere. I know this chimp is somewhere. You know, and I'm sure she could feel that. Like, it's much harder, I think, like, to lie to someone consistently to their face than like a phone call. So you gotta imagine you're lying to this person on a daily basis. It wouldn't surprise me she was waiting for a moment to be like, well, look, I want to show you the truth. Look at this truth right here.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder, so my dream for episode 3, although it won't happen, is, does the proxy director do the right thing, or is he too close to the animal world that he, you know,
does he become the story?
He's a turncoat.
Right. Does he become the story of the hider of Tonka?
Right.
I kind of want to see too, like, assuming that he doesn't betray us. I want to see her response if it shows, like, when she starts to figure out, like, oh, he's just a part of, like, he's not the real director, if they ever reveal that.
Right.
I wonder what her response will be.
I
just want to see her go crazy. I'll be honest. I do want to kind of see.
It's coming.
Me too.
I absolutely have faith that it is coming. She's going to lose her shit and it's going to be a mess.
This series is a gift. I'm just going to put it right out there. It has everything. And I'm loving it. And is it difficult to watch at times? Absolutely. But also, I also feel like it's really raising my awareness, like Tiger King did, that thing, like I would never know this world existed. Yeah. You know what I mean? And is happening. So like, it kind of raises awareness about why this shouldn't be happening and what to kind of look for and be aware of. And you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I mean, pre-Tiger King, I didn't really know about these private zoos. It's not I'm outside of Philadelphia. It's not a thing around here. I know the Philadelphia Zoo and I know what that's like. And I know there are a lot of problems with zoos, but that's way different than, you know, feeding the tigers expired meat from Walmart.
Yeah.
True. I've never even thought of like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to someone's house that's also a zoo.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like someone that lives on the grounds of like, oh yeah, we have these animals here too.
Yeah. Strange.
It's a strange way to choose to live.
Didn't Siegfried and Roy's, didn't their tigers go crazy and eat one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Which one did
one of them really bad or something, like messed up one of them.
Yeah. Roy, I think.
That was bad.
That was awful.
But I mean, look at the life they lived.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Those animals were treated like, you know, gold because they were their livelihood.
But they were in captivity.
They were in captivity. And they still were tiger's gonna tiger.
A tiger's gonna tiger.
Chimpanzee's
I think that's a good place to end this, Amanda. Tiger's gonna tiger.
Tiger's gonna
chimpanzee's gonna chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Michael, tell everyone who may not be following your social medias as closely as I am. What have you been up to since Married at First Sight has stopped?
I have just been trying to reacclimate to my normal life. So travel, for example, had always been a big part of my life. Obviously, there was a huge chunk of time that I couldn't do that.
So that had been Italy. Did you go to Italy?
I was. That's how I got this nice dark complexion that you see right now. I went to Italy. I've done some travel domestically, visited my family in Vegas, was in Miami for a friend, was in Illinois. I'll be in New York this upcoming weekend. So really just trying to soak in these last summer days outside of Denver.
Yeah. So are you still in touch with Chloe? Because you guys were good friends there.
Yeah, we were good friends. I would at the moment we're not actively in touch. I wouldn't say that like we're on terrible terms or anything, but we're not currently in touch.
So that was my question. Like after the show goes away, right? And at first, because I kind of compare it to, so I did my MFA program as a low residency program. So for like 10 days, you're on campus and you're real intense 24/7 with these people and these bonds form, right? And then you go away and you still have the bonds for a while, but then they fade. And I'm wondering if that experience was similar. Like you guys were, everybody was kind of still in touch. And then as it goes away, like you guys just kind of go back to your normal lives. Like, do you think that kind of happens?
With some of the others, I would say so. Like, my relationship, for example, with Cameron and Brennan, that has diminished a lot since the show had ended.
Yeah, my relationship has diminished with Brennan as well.
I should actually say I'll use Cameron as a better example because, I was a lot closer with him during the show, and then once the show ended, and not in any type of negative way, we kind of just went our own separate ways, and we would touch base every now and then, but not to the same frequency. Austin, we've remained friends, and we hang out often. In fact, this last weekend I hung out with him. Yeah, I would say with Chloe, in my honest opinion, I think it was more so the realization of like, now we have to truly acknowledge and navigate, like we're in a post-relationship world. Our post-relationship world initially was through the lens of the show, right? Where are they now and all that kind of stuff. And even beyond that, the show airing, right? And kind of navigating as we were reliving what happened. I think, and I think once all that settled, it was the realization of like, it's probably a healthier option to have some space from each other. And then, maybe down the road, we could revisit if we could truly build a friendship. And I think it kind of models like, when most romantic relationships end, if you want to be able to sustain a friendship after the fact, like that usually requires some space from each other.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with my ex-husband, but we weren't for like 2 years. Like we needed that space to go do our own things. And now we've done our own things and now we can be friends. And we're just like legit friends. All of that like romantic piece is very much in the past for both of us.
Yeah. Well, Michael, thank you so much for joining us for this reality show.
Thank you guys for having me. It was like, this show has become a guilty pleasure of mine. I figure might as well recap it with you guys. So
that's what we do.
And especially this episode.
Yeah, that was a cautionary tale. Do you remember, like, did you hear about that right when it happened, or is it something you kind of discovered a few years later?
I would want to say, like, because it happened in 2009. It was maybe, I went down some rabbit hole in like 2012, 2013. Yeah. And that's what happened to me.
Like, I kind of remembered it happening at the time, but it was like maybe a year or two later that I really was like, I think I may have even seen an interview with her after she had healed some, and she did the circuit there like maybe a year later, and I think that might have been when I'm
gonna have to Google now.
You have to.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it afterwards. So.
All right, guys. Michael, tell everyone where they can find you.
Sure. If you do have any interest in finding me via social media, I'm on Instagram at _MikeyIsHere_. And there you'll just see me reacclimating to normal life again.
And you're still boxing. You're still boxing. I
am. I mean, I haven't. I mean, I did the charity fight. Unfortunately, I lost, but it was still a good experience. And yeah, I mean, I'm still actively boxing as a part of my whole fitness routine, cool. And I do want to get one more fight in because we don't want to have that end on a loss. But we'll see.
you just let me know, and I'll give you some names of volunteers I think would get in the ring with you there, and we'll get something going. Have you ever heard of Barry Platt?
Cody Brown, are you familiar with him?
All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, please join us in our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. And you can also subscribe to our premium content on Patreon, Supercast, or Apple subscriptions. Follow the show, share the episode, and thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you very much. Take care, everyone.
Love the Backdoor Friends.
Love the back.